I'm ready.
Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord. Every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Jables. With me as always is Rimshee and Sir, and then I guess Bar's here too.
Hi, everyone.
Because it was debatable whether or not Sir was going to make it this evening.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I need to update our title and our guests. Oh, we were going to look at more Weird Law stuff.
Yeah, we were.
Yes.
We do need to finish
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we need to finish that. We didn't do it last week because I was at risk of losing my eye.
Yeah, he got pregnant.
Wait, what?
That's not how that works, Sable.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
That's all law stuff. Means I get to be a fake lawyer again.
That reminds me of some news that's going on in my state right now.
Oh.
Apparently, my state legislature is going forward with an abortion ban.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that just sounds like a mistake to me, but, I mean...
Yeah, I have
Not
my
my job.
issues with it.
Yeah.
Not a big deal to me. I have no strong feelings.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's not my state. I know my state's not going to do it, and it's all going to even out eventually. Prohibition never works.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So what you're
At least
saying
not in the
is-
U.S.
What you're saying is buy some stock in coat hangers.
Oh,
No, there's way too many
And stairway
cases of how to
repairman.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. Them wire ones are just getting harder and harder to find.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time I saw one.
It's been a minute.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw one, and I can't.
Yeah, TJ Kirk did an interesting video when they overturned Roe v. Wade, just laying out all the times that the Democrats were running on and had
Had a majority in
majorities.
Congress. It did nothing.
Majorities and super majorities, just laid out every time they did it and every time they've been running on it. So,
Jables,
Yeah.
why deliver when you can just promise?
Yeah,
because of this,
why do anything when you can keep
Because
using it as a stick?
because of what's going on right now.
That's your
why.
problem, not theirs. They got elected.
Oh, come on. You think they don't pay for their hookers that they fuck to get abortions?
Well, that was the problem. is
Of course not.
those-
Of course they
no.
don't pay for their hookers to get abortions.
not
They
in
pay
their
for hookers that
darkest
can't get
nightmares.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Not in
dude.
their darkest nightmares did they ever think the Supreme Court was going to do that.
It was always a possibility.
Mm.
Why they kept running on it, but, you know.
Yeah, well, it was... They never thought it was. But the more like, I used to think, oh no, this is the law of the law of the land. It's not going to get repealed. But when that decision came up, I was actually starting to look at the actual ruling. I was like, yeah, this is actually a poor judgment. That
Well, yeah, and also the fact
I
that
think you
the
could make an
immediate-
argument that the outcome is constitutional. I just don't think that the route they took could be justified.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, the reason you can tell that, like, none of them ever truly expected it was because in the immediate aftermath, all of them were just like, oh, fuck. What do we do now? We don't have a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anyone's watching us anyway, so politics!
Yeah,
we
Hey,
said
apparently.
we'd be
we
willing
said
to
that
talk
we
more.
would ease off of that.
Oh, I know. This could get a little too deep into it, and this is a bit of a hot button topic, but We're just talking about the facts. We're not talking about anything
It's
else.
also something that happened last year, so it's not exactly current.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Shit. Why is it that Meat Space always feels like it was yesterday, and then shit that happens on the internet happened 5 years ago? No. It actually real life took place 3 weeks ago. No, I swear. That was 5 years ago. You sure it was 2021?
Yeah. Well, like, especially everything that happened in like 2015, 2016 on the internet
Mhm.
was wild. So
Oh,
that felt
God.
like about 3 years worth of material. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that we weren't covering political shit during that time period.
Oh, no. And we'll probably stop when the presidential elections come rolling around again.
Or ease back
Primary
off of it.
season
We'll
is
see
going
how
to be wild.
vitriolic shit gets.
Yeah. Because the only reason why we're willing to talk about it now is because things have died down a bit.
Yeah.
Well, as I said,
Yeah.
like things I feel like are already starting to get funny because the Supreme Court just slapped Biden in the dick again.
Oh, what'd he
What
do
is
this
it?
time?
Right.
Or what was what was the bat of choice this time?
They made
Oh,
a
boy.
decision on his student loan forgiveness. They're like, nah,
Oh.
that's not happening.
I mean, we all knew.
I mean, we all knew that was coming.
I mean that, and the Supreme Court ended affirmative action.
That one
Of course.
is, I think, the bigger slap because it ends a longer standing deal.
Of course, Biden is just like, this isn't over, and
I'm gonna do.
I believe the court has misinterpreted the Constitution.
Yeah, because he ended top in his lawsuit. Oh no, he didn't.
It's
Water
like, yeah,
half
'cause
was
you're a constitutional scholar, my man.
Yeah, I think affirmative action was useful for the time, but now there's so much social repercussions if you're still doing racist practices that it's not worth it.
Well, at the time, I
It's
could
okay
If it's
understand.
racist in the right direction, Jables.
At the time, I could understand the intent. I'm not going to say it was constitutional, because even back then it wasn't. The difference, the difference I will say is that while unconstitutional, the end goal made sense, and if it had been implemented properly and phased out reasonably, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
the
it also
funniest-
didn't.
the
It
funniest
also
affirmative
didn't
action
actually.
thing was when Ivy League schools started rejecting Asian students. They were creating too large of a demographic of their
That's
student base.
that's exactly why this whole thing kind of like went down.
Yeah.
Oh look, the thing meant not to discriminate against minorities is being used to screw over a minority. Maybe we should review this.
Yeah, but they were a majority of the people being accepted. That was the thing.
Oh, you mean because they could actually get in?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
so
haven't
it's
good
like
enough
how.
rank?
So
How
it's
dare
like
you
how
be
the
confident?
I see. So it's like how the endangered species shit works. Oh, these birds are very rare in this area. They're very common just across the stream, but this area, they are very rare. Therefore, they're an endangered animal here. You can't build a house here.
Yeah.
It's not their preferred environment.
Plus, like 99% of all species have gone extinct.
Anyways,
Yeah. The vast majority of shit that has ever lived on this planet is long since dead.
More species have died than will ever be alive at one point.
Yeah, it's all species are endangered if you try hard enough.
Including us.
Yeah, I almost got hit by a car the other day. Again.
What do you mean again?
Oh, there's this really busy intersection that I make it a point to wait for the walk sign before I start crossing.
Are you the privileged Y2K?
Yeah, nobody said that we were... Nobody said anything about people being oppressed. We're
At
just
least
saying
I
it's
don't
funny how
remember
certain
saying
things
anything.
happen.
Seems to me that between, the victories in gun control, the repeal of abortion, and now this.
Oh yeah, women might be being oppressed now.
I mean, I think like
Again?
Joe Biden just wants to get the Republican vote.
I don't know how you get the Republican vote as Joe Biden.
If he keeps getting all these losses. It's like he just keeps winning.
Oh,
with
I
them.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, well,
All
no,
these-
it's like, no, keep him in. I want to watch what he does next.
Yeah.
And Y2K, don't try to say something profound. I don't play that slogan shit.
Mm.
That's
Also, you're just not a profound person, Y2K. No offense. I've seen the shit that you post in debate and discussion. I know better.
Ooh, burned. You know what else is coming up this week?
You tell us.
Possibly one of the best celebrations in the world.
Oh yeah.
America! Fuck yeah. Which, by the way, it is officially the last day of corporate camouflage. Corporate rainbow camouflage.
Yes. You mean rich people pandering? It's gonna be over soon. You're just gonna rip off the stickers and tell them to get the fuck out.
Although, if we're being perfectly fair, like the whole Pride stuff, like died less than halfway through the month this year.
Yeah, it was weird.
Weird, isn't it? It's almost like, oh, we might lose money off of this. All these
No, I think people are just over the whole Pride thing. It's like,
I hope so. I really do.
Here's a suggestion. How about you celebrate like a week or a day? Maybe less burnout then.
yeah. But here's the thing. Here comes the corporate camouflage of patriotism.
Yeah.
For the next week.
But at least that only lasts a couple of days.
I mean, and then you get corporate camouflage altruism in December. It's always something.
Yeah, but
in the other months, people actually know they're full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, most months they understand, I'm full of shit. Don't pay attention.
Coming from my wallet. Fuck off. Yeah. Get the fuck
No one gives a fuck about your country, Y2K. I don't give a shit if Canada Day is tomorrow.
I'm not even 100% sure Canada is a real place. I've never been there.
I've been to Vancouver once.
Oh no, Canada's very
I will
real.
say that we chose the wrong place to test the nukes.
Oh. Look, you don't want to give the Wendigo radioactive powers. Okay?
Maybe I do, Bar.
I don't know.
Maybe I just want to see what fucking happens.
I'm perfectly okay with it.
I mean, if they glow in the dark, they're easier to outrun, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah! Well, maybe not outrun, but at least you know what's going to happen.
At least you can see where they are. That's the important.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that that's what happened to the fucking skinwalkers, all the fucking nukes we tested out in the Mojave and shit.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Skinwalkers are people who learned how to change their shape, whereas Wendigos...
Y2K, if we're gonna nuke Canada, we're definitely starting with French Canada.
Oh yeah,
those DJs.
Because that cancer needs to be burned with the Emperor's holy light.
Mostly because it's French.
Yeah.
It's worse than French, actually. It's French Canadian.
Well,
yeah.
Well, the French are already burning themselves again, so.
Well, okay, so
the French are really
the only thing worse than a stuck-up French person is a French Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah, I really admire the French's willingness to protest for long periods.
Fuck
of time.
you, fuck him, fuck this shit, fuck all that. We're burning it the fuck down. Protest time.
Yeah, I respect that a lot.
Didn't we do
Very
that
American.
last week? It's a different week.
What?
Raise our
Jacques-
gas prices. We're doing it. We're doing it for this now.
Like, for Christ's sake, Francois, the fire didn't even die down. It's
What
still
what
the
are we
same
what
one.
are we protesting again? I don't know anymore. Monday it was
like-
gas. Tuesday it was taxes. Wednesday.
Yeah, I like Bar's comment about the fire. Though it's like, the coals are still smoldering. Though it's like,
Yeah,
start stoking them motherfuckers then.
Like,
Yeah.
the protesters don't even bring lighters. They're just
Alright,
they're like chain smokers. They just
Yeah, who
use
brought
the
a
embers of the last
bellows?
one.
Anybody got a bellows? Anybody? Okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
Fuck that! I'll just
Oh, no.
put some lighter fluid on it. We'll have a blaze real quick.
What do you mean a bellows? French people are full of hot air naturally. They just rant at it until the
Yeah.
fire
No,
starts.
you just have some motherfucker eat some expensive cheese and just wait a few minutes.
Well, most of them smoke anyway, so they do all have lighters in the first place. So,
Yeah, they have them. They don't have to use them.
yeah. Just in case.
Oh my god, the French Boy Scouts.
Oh, did you guys
I feel like
see
there are
the,
too many jokes.
They're always prepared, they just don't want to help you.
Yeah. Being prepared
they
does
get a
not
ba-
mean actively ready.
They
You
get
don't know how
they
to-
get a badge for keeping an old lady from crossing the street.
No, they get a badge for tripping an old lady as she crosses
Yeah.
the street. Yeah,
Hey, you gotta take some strain off of the national health care.
Isn't that Canada's goal? Although they're using a different method.
Canada's going nuts.
Oh, we're going to hell, boys.
It's just
Canada-
I'm depressed. Have you considered dying?
Canada went full. Hey, we need to lock everything down from COVID. It's gonna kill
Yeah,
all the old people too. Why don't
Let's
we
kill all the old people.
I mean, you say that, but the Dutch are going, hold my beer. They're
Oh
not trying
god,
to
yeah, I saw that Y2K. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh god.
Dutch people are
I-
euthanizing the artists.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Netherlands is getting wild.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought we
Oh, you
defeated
fu-
the Third Reich.
Yeah, it's like, is it the 1940s again? I have to check my calendar.
No, but
think
it is the
pretty-
20s, and wasn't most of this shit starting to sort of coalesce in the 20s?
I mean, that's where it started, but the end goal was what happened in the 40s.
Like, don't
Yeah,
worry,
the end
they-
goal's what happened. We may be on an accelerated timetable this century. Fuck.
The good news is they don't need the calipers anymore. They just use the phone app to measure your facial proportions.
Oof.
It's fine. It's fine. They even give you like a TikTok filter.
Where it makes you look like a dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. Look,
and
look.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Some guys died on a submarine. That happened.
Yeah, that was happening, last week? That's a prime example of, it was on the internet. That feels like it happened a year ago. Feels like it happened 3 months ago at this point.
Jesus, for a moment there, I thought you guys were saying some people died on the Titanic. I'm going, yeah.
Well,
Some
they
people
died
did
ab-
die
they
on the
died
Titanic
above it.
recently.
They died above it and floated down to where the Titanic was.
Yeah. Did you guys see that video that was going around of what happens during an implosion? Nah. Well, apparently, it creates so much pressure that it boils you. Like, it
Yeah.
raises the temperature.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you
To, like the levels of the sun.
Yeah, but at the same time, the
that-
implosion is so fast that you're dead
It's,
before you even knew anything happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because of the
So at least
cavitation
there's
of
that.
It's the process.
yeah, they
called
had a quick-
luminescence.
I feel bad for that one kid that didn't even want to go, but his dad was like, "Come on, do it for Father's Day."
Yeah, that's the only kid I feel at all bad for, but they all made a
Spending
choice.
time with his dad. Yeah.
I will. I feel pity for the 4 passengers. I feel the most pity for that kid,
Yeah.
but even
Yeah.
then, I don't feel a lot of pity. I feel absolute contempt for the fucking CEO who is like, nah, I'm gonna fire the person who actually knows how to build this shit, and I'm gonna cut corners like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he also fired somebody who came forward with concerns about the safety of the sub.
Yeah, that was the safety guy that wouldn't let it, wouldn't let them try manned testing because he saw all these issues. He fired him and started trying to hire people that were, more diverse and inspirational, not because of their qualifications.
It's almost like there's a lesson there. On top
Also,
of
like, apparently he was doing shit. It's like, oh yeah, like all these safety regulations, like they're so restrictive. They just hold back innovation. It's just like all those regulations came about because of horrifying accidents.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, pretty sure dying is being invented, buddy.
Yeah, even
not innovating
even James, like James Cameron sub, they went through 3 years of testing in a computer program
Yep.
before they even tried to build it.
See, here's the thing, boys and girls, is like, you know why there are so many regulations and shit on like ocean travel and like things that like go in the ocean? It's because the ocean fucking hates you.
Oh.
Yeah, and you are impossible to find once you're in the ocean.
Saltwater wants you dead.
Yep. That's why it rusts your bike chain so it breaks when you're going down a hill.
You know, it's like water is one of the most terrifying substances on the planet. There are
And saltwater
instances-
is worse than that.
There are instances of waves that happen out on the ocean that'll cut a super tanker in half.
You know. Not to mention, if you fall, water seems nice to jump into. It's super fun. Until you get too high,
You hit a certain speed.
then it becomes concrete.
Yeah.
Well, not quite concrete, but pretty damn close.
Oh, you'll break all your bones. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't practically make a difference at a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only advice that you can be given is just like, if you are falling from a height into water, try and go in feet first.
Yep. And point your toes. Try to break that surface tension real quick.
It's the only way that you're going to potentially save yourself from collapsing your rib cage.
I mean, your legs may break.
On that?
Your legs may break, but you can still tread water with your arms and float.
Did you see the MythBusters episode?
Yeah.
On that?
Yeah, I did.
I don't remember the conclusion of when they like threw a hammer down first.
Yeah, it didn't make much of a difference.
Oh, okay. I just remember the test. I don't remember the outcome.
Yeah, the difference was negligible.
But yeah, like, I like all this.
You'd shatter up to your hips as opposed to up to your hips and some of your vertebrae.
I like how the media basically almost like just went wild and like invented this whole, you know, like the air is running out story.
Yeah.
Those guys
Well,
were dead as
no,
soon as
that
they lost
wasn't-
contact.
That wasn't invented. That was if it didn't implode. This is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
What I
But it
didn't
did.
like is that every news station had like a countdown timer. And sort of, I don't know.
Like I said, you know, like the U.S. Navy, like they knew the exact moment those guys died
Yeah.
because they heard
Well,
it happen.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They heard a sound consistent with an implosion. That it was a knocking sound, which was the knocking sound everyone was talking about, and then everyone acted as if that was separate from what they had heard. Oh, but if it imploded, then why did that? What was that knocking sound they heard? The implosion. What was that continuous knocking sound they heard? They didn't hear a continuous knocking sound.
Yeah. Because the thing is,
reporting
like,
on that was trash.
Sound travels very easily through water.
Yeah, have you ever... Yeah, one of the weirdest and kind of creepiest sounds is like a small chain underwater. Like a necklace or something. Sounds like spider legs. It's weird.
Yep. But yeah, they were dead pretty much almost immediately after contact was lost.
Mm-hmm.
If not sooner.
It's believed that because they had stuff that like would have told them that there was something wrong, and they probably would have immediately flushed their ballast tank to try and resurface, but it was too late.
Yeah. Well, they only had... Here's the other thing. They had one little window, which was not rated for that sort of depth. And it was a very tiny window, and then the rest of it, they'd be seeing the Titanic through screens. There are tons of videos online about the Titanic.
Yeah.
Well,
Just watch those.
the main thing with this is that the pressure sphere, like the actual part that's supposed to keep them safe, was made primarily of like carbon
Hopes
fiber,
and
Carbon
dreams.
fiber.
Oh.
which is an unproven material when it comes to these types of subs.
And it
Carbon
looks like
fiber's very
they're...
durable, but it's durable because it flexes. You don't want things to flex.
Well, the thing is, it's
Look at
like
that.
the way it. The thing is, no, like you actually do want it to flex.
Damn.
Like that's one of the reasons why steel is like the primary thing used for it, because steel
metal
will
subs
give a bit.
flex. Metal subs flex. You, let's see, what's the movie? I think it's Down Periscope, which is a weird thing. It's
fun
either
movie.
Down Periscope or something along those lines. But
Hunt for Red October.
the crazy, it's a comedy, I'm pretty sure. The crazy
Yeah,
guy
Down-
who actually
yeah, that'd be
knows
Down
how to run the
Periscope.
diesel sub puts a string between the two sides of the sub as they're diving, and it's taut when he puts it up, and once they get down to close to whatever depth they're trying to reach, it cuts back to that scene and the string is completely bowed. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some flex. I'm saying carbon fiber is extremely flexible.
No, it's
You
not.
don't want that.
No,
Yeah,
It's not
No.
extremely
I've seen it,
it's
flexible.
really not.
every time. Okay, maybe I'm
The
just dumb.
The thing is that like what happened here more than likely is that in order to create that shell from carbon fiber, you have to basically combine multiple sheets together with an epoxy resin. And what they theorized has happened is that the carbon fiber delaminated.
It also doesn't help that it looks like they had
Which means that the
screwed
individual
their steering
layers-
thing directly into the carbon fiber.
Yeah. But that
It could
means
be
that
insulation,
the
but it
individual
looks like-
layers of the carbon fiber started to separate, and that's what caused it to give.
Okay.
Yeah, the depths they were going to is something where even with a regular sub, you should probably be retiring that thing every couple of dives. And they were
Yeah.
trying to make it a reusable sub forever.
Well, as multiple people have said, like if they had actually taken the time to like get an X-ray of the pressure vessel, they would have caught that the layers were separating.
Yeah. Assuming that is the case.
Yeah. I also saw a video of the guy just like tightening stuff.
That's
down
a that's a
normal
different sub vampire.
wrench and not. Yeah, I saw the guy just tightening stuff down by hand with just a regular wrench. Probably want to use some sort of power tools on that. So.
Yeah, the entire thing was ill-advised.
Oh.
At best.
There is one thing that I hate that everybody brings up. Is the controller that controlled it. It's like, oh, it's like some fucking Mad Catz controller. Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't matter. I don't think that's a thing.
No, but I am laughing about the fact that I find it entertaining that that people are saying, "Oh, Nokia finally has a worthy challenger."
Yeah.
About the controller.
If only they had a better controller, the explosive decompression wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
I actually.
Well, to be fair, the controller actually was a potential failure because it was a wireless controller.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck would you introduce that added
I didn't know.
failure
I didn't
point?
know it was wireless. Now that I know that it's wireless, don't fuck around.
Yeah, like the lighting and the interior of the sub was like from Home Depot and shit.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
But I actually saw
Guys,
a guy.
if you're gonna make a sub, everything needs to be wired. You don't know what kind of interference you're gonna get.
Yeah, I saw a guy online on YouTube make a video about it, and he has a background in like building blowout preventers for like offshore rigs and shit. So like he's done a whole bunch of like safety shit involving like things that need to be able to not fail under high pressures. But he was talking about, like some people have mentioned, like, oh, like the controller thing is fine as like, the military does that. So he's like, no, the fuck they don't either. It's like when it comes to like manned craft, no, the military would not use shit like that. Like it might be okay for an unmanned drone, but if there's people inside it, no, fuck that.
I will say this: when you hear military grade, most people are like, "Oh, that's the best shit." Whereas anyone who actually spent time in the military knows it's it's what meets the minimum requirements for the cheapest price.
Yeah.
That being said, it meets the minimum requirements.
It's like Evan Williams. It's the top of the bottom shelf.
Yeah, like that became the case with like the M9 after a while. Like you give it to somebody, it's like, well, how many thousand rounds has been through this pistol? Your guess is as good as mine.
Your Honor, I object to my weapons being called military grade. They're much better. Yeah, at least if you're serious about the shit that you personally own, it probably gets maintenance more often. I also can guarantee there was nothing improvised about the explosives I built. I would like these charges dropped.
I feel like we're getting into the weeds here.
All of this was entirely on purpose and the proper materials. None of
this was improvised. It was military surplus. There's a difference.
Your Honor, I guarantee you this is a very thought out design. I can bring you the blueprints.
Well, fine, Vampire. Tell Jeff he should know better.
Meanwhile, the defense counsel just has their face in their hands, just like, oh god.
I'm crying.
Like, oh no.
I told him not to speak up.
Your Honor, this is not improvised. It was military surplus. You stole it off of a military base.
Yeah, but
they weren't using it.
How I got it.
They weren't using it.
It's like they weren't even reporting it.
Yeah.
They didn't even know it was there. It wasn't until this trial they knew it existed.
They only bought it to fulfill the budget so that they could have the same budget or better next year.
It's like all I did was take a 500-pound armor-piercing bomb. I'm pretty sure it's been there since Korea.
Not like we're gonna win that war, Your Honor, so might as well put it to some use.
They're not a booby trap. I have to set them off manually.
By the way, that is a law that I think is bullshit. Is that you're not allowed to booby trap your house?
Yeah.
I kind of get it because of safety reasons, but at the same time,
services and stuff
Your Honor,
like that,
please,
but...
I'd like to see
emergency services, also your own life. I can kind of understand that one.
The amount of people that have been killed by their own booby traps.
Yeah, probably not. Nick. I just like the idea. Your Honor, please drop the domestic terrorism charges. Nobody feels afraid in my home.
Yeah.
Prosecutor's just looking at you and shrugging because he doesn't even know what to do at that point.
I mean, maybe they're carbon fiber tubes. Who knows? They could have been designed by the same guy who designed the fucking sub. Are you really gonna trust those?
Yeah, that's the thing is you're like, I ain't getting in anything that involves the water unless it was built by somebody professional.
When I was like 17, I developed a hydroponic system for a science project that would recover some of the energy used to pump the water. I was 17. This guy couldn't even make a fucking sub, and he was a millionaire.
No, he could have made the sub.
Look,
he actively prevented himself by hiring people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Like, he took the whole "a penny saved is a penny earned" way too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, a lot of these regulations exist for your safety.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they don't usually apply after fucking out in fucking international waters. I mean, it's not making any waves there. Speaking of waves...
Oh, you want to go to that?
Hey.
I tried to segue into the laws thing, but if you want to do the waves, we can do that.
Let's do the waves.
Let's do the waves and then the laws.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is actually really cool. For CERN bar, it's in the chat for this voice chat.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Actually, bar.
Y2K, everything has a crush depth. Some depths are just further down than others.
Oh god, of course it was Caltech finding this out. Scientists are reporting the first evidence that our Earth and the universe around us are awash in a background of space-time undulations called gravitational waves. The waves oscillate very slowly over the years and even decades and are thought to originate primarily from pairs of supermassive black holes leisurely spiraling together before they merge. Yeah. Findings reported in a series of papers in the Astrophysical Journal letters come from 15 years worth of observations made by the North American Nanohertz Observatory for Gravitational Waves, NanoGrav for short, a National Science Foundation funded physics frontier center of more than 190 scientists from the United States and Canada. NanoGrav used data from radio telescopes, the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia, and a very large array in New Mexico. Like about a
very large array.
It monitors 68 dead stars called pulsars in the sky. Pulsars added like a network of buoys, bobbing on a slow-rolling sea of gravitational waves. The effect of the gravitational waves on the pulsars is extremely weak and hard to detect, but we built confidence in the findings over time as we collected more data. Says Katerina Chuck. I'm gonna give up on that name. Nanograph team member and assistant professor of physics at Caltech. In the future, we will continue to make more observations and will compare our results with those from international partners, which will allow us to learn more from the data. We have a way of probing that happens as monstrous black holes at the cores of the galaxies begin a slow but inexorable death spiral, says Joseph Lazio, a nanograph team member and principal scientist at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and a visiting associate in astronomy at Caltech, which manages JPL for NASA. We think that this process is standard for many galaxies, and we've seen many examples at various steps, but we're finally starting to glimpse one of the key final steps.
Also, can we just pause for a moment to, like, digest the sentence of supermassive black holes going into death spirals?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
pretty
Muse
metal.
needs to. Yeah, I think Muse needs to sue these guys. What? I'm just saying. Sounds to me that like, these motherfuckers had a paper deal and they just watched Point Break while listening to Muse and just and mainline that shit to ChatGPT. No, it's 15 years of research. We swear that's where all that money went.
Carry on.
Disclaimer: we're idiots. Jokes, we're not.
I can explain it really simply what all this is about, but yeah, keep going.
Sure, by all means, Jables.
Oh no, I want you to keep going for a little bit.
Mm.
I'll summarize. Oh, this is a long fucking article. Okay.
Yeah, it
I
is.
might have to do that sooner rather than later.
All right. Well, we can just do it now because
Yeah.
we pretty much got the gist of it. So essentially, what's going on is they've detected these gravitational waves in space-time,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of further proves Einstein's theory of relativity. But another thing that it does is it's a ripple effect that allows us to locate black holes more easily, which is a major breakthrough.
Yep.
So we can find
That
some
is-
really close black holes based on the gravitational waves.
The concept of
Hey.
gravitational waves is interesting in and of itself.
Yeah.
I've had an internet pop up like that. Find black holes near you. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, that's something different. Just because you like the
Oh.
dark ladies.
I mean, he's not wrong. So anyway, who wants to get into some laws?
Yeah, where did we leave off?
We left off with bear wrestling.
We
Oh,
left off at 25.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good.
I will continue this. Yep, we made it halfway through the states. Now we have to get the back half.
For those of you that were,
I'm just gonna put the title as Supermassive Black Holes.
Yeah.
So,
You know what's gonna
I'll
happen,
supermassive
Rimshee?
your black hole.
You're just gonna attract a bunch of Twilight fans. That's just what the fuck's gonna happen.
So, we'll be starting off this week in Montana. In Montana, it is illegal to give a rat as a present.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is unlawful to raise, sell, or give away rats except as food for reptiles, birds of prey, or both.
All right. Oh, Bar, you weren't here. We've been playing the game. What caused this law to be made? After all of these.
Because you know there's always a fucked up reason for all of these, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually. This one I can actually see. I think they've got 6 strikes so far.
I think there was some guy like grabbing sewer rats and selling them off as pets.
Well, this is Montana, middle of nowhere, so
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing, though, is that it's not just
Maybe in
grabbing
Helena
rats.
they had a rat problem and they
It
wanted to
said-
get rid of the fucking rats, and some asshole was constantly raising rats and releasing them, and they're like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, I think it's similar to why there's a hunting season for pythons in Florida. Just
Yeah.
because they
Yeah,
just
it's
became
called
invasive.
Yes, Jables. It's called spring break.
Well, that's a different kind of python, if you know what I mean.
24 inches.
I'm working on my wink jokes.
Also, that picture is a mouse. Just gotta say, that's a mouse.
Yeah.
That's not a rat.
That's target practice, is what it is.
Rimshee in his ghillie suit with his pellet handgun.
Hey,
I-
I killed a couple of fucking rats at the duplex I was at.
In all the years that I've lived in this neighborhood, I saw a rat for the first time. People keep talking, like people in the neighborhood have talked about how there's like a rat problem by the river and shit. Like a month ago, saw a rat. I was outside smoking during my break at work, and out from under this car, this rat just like scurries out and runs over my foot. I almost kicked the shit out of it. And then I saw a bunch of crows start to dive bomb it. And I was like, I don't want any part of this. I just went back inside.
Like, I don't want to be a witness to a murder. I just want to go.
Yeah.
Well, if there were
And
at
then-
least crows, he already was witness to a murder. Also,
Yeah.
Skupp, you have the regular guest role. You can just pop in. You don't have to sit in the waiting room.
Yes, we keep telling you this.
Anyways,
It's probably like the fourth time.
So, this
Yeah.
next one I think is going to
hold
cause a
on.
bit of debate.
hold on. Also, later that day, the rat had made it into the building. Freaked a bunch of people out. Anyways, yeah, that's it.
Well, there's a happy ending here.
I think this one is going to cause a bit of debate. In Nebraska, you can't get married if you have a venereal disease.
All right, so if you're a whore, you can't get married. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure this stems from whorehouses in like the Wild West days or some shit.
Like
Possibly.
More like
Um,
your house.
Well, I
Oh.
don't know. It depends when this law was made.
That's the thing, is because, like, even in that time period, it's still, in my opinion, like, that's crazy fucking overreach.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to know that you had a disease first.
There could have been like a major outbreak in Nebraska. I mean, also, is it? It does say in the state. Is this an actual state law, or is it just, hey, this one location in Nebraska has this law, so we're gonna say it's Nebraska?
It doesn't mention
Oh.
a specific place.
Okay, so I clicked the link.
I remember the great
um,
venereal diseases
so
of
it's not-
1842 in Nebraska.
It's not directly like you have to get an STD test before you get married.
Jenny told me she
What it
loved me, but
is
she had a
is-
syphilis.
You can straight up void the marriage if you find out your partner has an STD.
Oh.
Okay,
That's
that makes
different.
sense.
That's different.
Well, okay, so here's the actual words at the beginning. No person who is afflicted with a venereal disease shall marry in this state. But then there's
Larry!
annotations after some like court cases. Hey, Larry, subscribed for 45 months. Thanks,
Hey,
man. Yeah, so, but then it goes on to marriage of one afflicted with venereal disease. It's not void, but voidable.
You You can choose to. It's not mandatory.
Yeah, where a party afflicted with venereal disease enters into marriage with full knowledge thereof, such party is barred from seeking annulment. So if you knew they had a venereal disease, you can't get an annulment. You can't get an annulment. But if you didn't know, then you can void the marriage. Like, not even an annulment, no divorce. It's just, nah, this marriage is done. Fuck you.
That bitch gave me HIV.
You know, I think that
Hey,
in
YTK
Nebraska, there
subscribe, tier
probably
1.
isn't that much HIV going around.
Huh?
Like I said, I don't think we have an exact time period for when this law was put into effect.
Oh,
I
yeah,
stand
this was in the early 1900s.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
so
stand
that's
corrected.
very
Good
old.
housekeeping has 8 strikes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they fucked
It's
that
right
one
there
up.
on the screen. It has 8 strikes.
They needed to clarify that one.
Yeah, that one. This one would make it 9. I think it.
Well, okay, hold on. I wouldn't necessarily do that because the summary of the law says shall not be married.
Yeah.
So
No, I get that. So I don't think this one deserves a strike, but they're still sitting
more
at 8.
information was necessary.
Agreed.
Yeah. That one was incomplete. Moving on. In Nevada, it is illegal to sit on sidewalks.
Okay, this needs explanation.
Apparently, it is unlawful to sit or lie down on public sidewalks in Reno, Nevada, as it interferes with the primary purpose of the sidewalk and threatens public safety.
It's a loitering law, basically.
Yeah, it's a loitering law, and it's very specific to Reno, so I could see it being a law, but I also don't see it as a law that's likely to be enforced anymore.
Reno's where you go when you're too broke to go to Vegas, but you still want to
Gotta
get
say, the last
fucking
time I was
smashed.
fucking Reno, my
Go to a
gas
whorehouse.
trucks got so hot they fused to the pavement.
So
Well,
yeah,
even in Vegas, if you wanna like beg for change or do something for money on the streets, they have specific circles in certain areas that you have to kind of first come first serve sign up for, and then that becomes your space.
Yep.
Or your signed
Go
up
do it
time
over there.
period.
Yeah.
So this one is just a common sense one, as far as I'm concerned. This one just makes sense. You don't want people lying around on the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I don't think it's a strike, but
Yeah,
It's definitely not a weird law.
Yeah, but I disagree because sometimes I like to just sit on a curb, smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, but would you really want to sit on a sidewalk in Reno anyway?
It depends. There's a lot of suburban areas.
Jables, if you end up living someplace where you think you have to sit on a sidewalk, give me a call. I'll come and build you a bench, okay?
There you go.
a portable bench.
Yes.
I'm so used to standing at my work that I only sit when I'm home, pretty much, or at the bar.
Yeah, I treasure my sitting time, but also I'm not too bent out of shape about it.
All right. In New Hampshire, it's unlawful to pick up seaweed off the beach.
This is
In
a
19
weird one.
In 1973, New Hampshire outlawed carrying or picking up seaweed off the beach at night. It's rumored that in colonial times, seaweed was used as fertilizer and was thus a hot commodity.
Well, it specifies at night in this description. I don't know if that's accurate to the law, but that don't pick up seaweed at night.
Yeah, it's like you're mentioning colonial times. It's like, but this law was put into effect in 73.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
it's very
73 there was a
specifically at
big,
night.
This is
had a big polar bear outbreak out there, eh? And all them polar bears were just running around trying to eat the damn kelp out of all the kids that were holding it. So that's why they made it illegal, eh?
No,
All right,
I'm speculating. It's like were people just like getting mistaken for like the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Oh, Greg. Sorry, that's a throwback.
You ever drink
All
berries
right.
from a poop?
This strikes me as a strike on their part. This is.
It's a weird law. I don't.
It's a weird law, but their description. Oh, all this info having to do with nothing to do with the time frame that it was implemented.
Mm.
Yeah, Jables, have you found this one? Is there any more context to this?
This story sounds like clickbait to me.
Mm.
No, I mean, like, we've had a few legitimate ones in here.
No, literally, the law just says in night, if any person shall carry away or collect for the purpose of carrying away any seaweed or rockweed from the seashore below high water mark between daylight in the evening and daylight in the morning shall be guilty of a violation.
A violation? Oh, the stealing seaweed. You know what? What if it was no, that doesn't make sense. I can't say that too.
It's fucking seaweed, though.
So my thought is, what if there was some kind of demographic or subculture or just culture in general that used the seaweed for something?
We're losing Scott.
Are you losing me?
Scott, come back.
Hello?
I hear
Yeah,
Scott.
I can hear him fine.
Oh, must have just been me. I hear him now, though.
Okay, sorry about that. Either way,
Not your fault. It could absolutely be his internet.
Yeah, I have a few complications on my end. Thanks to some
basically, like think of Japanese or Vietnamese immigrants, or something like that, and they collect the seaweed and eat it or use it as fertilizer for something, and then some Karen gets, where's all of our seaweed going? And like, what's your problem, Karen? It stinks and it attracts flies. Anyway,
Scott might be
I don't
onto
think it'd
something.
be I don't think it'd be a Karen. I think it'd be a hippie.
Hey man, stop stealing my seaweed, bro.
Yeah, but like they
Okay.
said, it was probably because they thought it was good. It was used as fertilizer. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. This law is definitely weird. I just want to give him a strike for that explanation.
All right.
I don't think.
And we'll let it slide.
Like, the strikes are like for like it's egregious or just like it's like whatever they post is just like outright not the case.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
This one I've seen before, and it is fucking dumb. It's not around anymore, but... In New Jersey, bulletproof vests are banned while committing a crime. Amended in 1999, because it was dumb. This garden law state law prohibits people from wearing a bulletproof vest while you're committing or attempting to commit a crime. If caught, a person can be charged separately for it.
Yeah,
just tacking on
Yeah, it's a
charge.
tack-on crime. It's an and-then crime.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Not only did he steal a candy bar, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest while doing it.
Doing it.
Not only did he
this just
jaywalk...
screams, This-
he was
this
wearing a
law just
bulletproof vest, Your
screams-
Honor.
it's so the cops can shoot you.
I mean,
I mean,
I don't know, like most cops mag dump, so I don't know if I really want to be shot.
also I was going to say it's like, a lot of officers, especially now, carry patrol rifles, and soft armor is not going to help you against that.
Yeah, and
No.
they're not going to
No.
they're not going to use their patrol rifle when they start shooting you, but if they need to finish you with it, they will. Like, don't fuck with the police. That's all I got to say. That's the best advice I could ever give anybody is don't fuck with the police. especially because you don't know if they're having a bad day or not.
I used to fuck with the police all the time, but I was also helping to build their
Well,
their
the thing,
station, and it's a different kind of fucking with the police.
Very
a
true.
bit of a amendment to what Skupp says. Like, it's like patrol rifles. Like, if they don't know the suspect has a firearm, that's not the first thing they go for. But if they are responding to like an active shooting, if they have a patrol rifle, that's the first thing they bring out.
If there's an active shooter, absolutely, that's the first thing that comes out. There's no.
Because you want to have an advantage.
Yeah.
Get the high ground and have an advantage.
Gentlemen, it's not a competitive sport. It's not meant to be fair.
If you're trying to get a fair fight in a life or death combat situation, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, no, you want to have every advantage possible, and you want to be able to fucking get in there, do what you got to do, and leave.
Yep.
You know?
So, here's one. In New Mexico, idiots are banned from voting.
Wow.
I love it.
One law in the state of New Mexico prohibits idiots, as well as insane persons convicted of a felonious or infamous crime, from voting. To our knowledge, this crazy law isn't enforced elsewhere, though it probably should be.
Well, what do they define as idiot? That's an important thing.
That's the question.
And I just like when you come out of high school, the first thing you have to do is go to your idiot board, and then they're gonna decide if you're an idiot or not. And if you're an idiot, you can't vote, and you're doomed to work at the tomato factory.
Also, don't get the vote.
I mean, if you talk to any Democrat, they're gonna say Republicans are idiots. If you talk to any Republican, they're gonna say Democrats are idiots. And yes, I'm generalizing.
I mean, terms like, imbecile and idiot used to be like actual like clinical
Medical
descriptors.
terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's probably quite old.
It doesn't.
It's
matter,
probably
though.
either quite old or it was someone passing some joke legislation and slid it in with something else.
Yeah, it's part of their state constitution.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty old then.
Yep.
Well, no, their constitution has been updated as far as I see as late as 2015. So I don't know. The link
doubt
just
that
goes
was
to
a
their
recent
entire
update.
state constitution. I've been trying to find exactly where it says that, but there's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
It's like 32 pages, and I can only scan so well.
Yep, that's right. Crab can't vote.
Wait, hold on. This next one.
In New York, slippers are banned after 10 p.m.
That's like the best time for slippers.
Okay, when you say banned after 10 p.m., do you mean banned outside of the house after 10 p.m., or?
According to this, one old law says that slippers are not to be worn after dark in New York.
Well, also, what did they define as slippers?
Yeah, it's like, why?
Because even today, slippers means different things. In the U.S., for the most part, slippers are your comfy foot coverings that are warm, generally.
Yeah,
and
your
that
house
you
shoes.
would, yeah, your house shoes, or something. In some places, they're not even your house shoes; they're just your comfy footwear to keep your feet warm. In Hawaii, slippers are what most of the U.S. would call flip-flops.
I believe it's all a
No.
conspiracy for something much, much more sinister.
I think you're referring more to slides.
What, in Hawaii?
Yeah.
No, those are slippers. At least from the people from Hawaii I've spoken to,
Okay.
including my roommate in college and all of his Hawaiian friends.
That one's odd.
That one is odd.
This one,
I don't-
though, this next one makes me think that we need to go down to North Carolina and give people stern talkings to. In North Carolina, drunk bingo is unlawful.
Now listen here,
Bullshit.
Grandma.
Just had about
And
enough
this
of those.
this might be strike worthy. Because the explanation is apparently it's illegal in North Carolina to sell or consume any alcoholic beverage in a room while a bingo game is being played.
Yeah.
That's
That's
gotta
dumb.
be a prohibition law or something.
I clicked the link. It's that's what it says. It shall be unlawful to sell or consume, or for the owner or other person in charge of the premises to allow the sale or consumption of any alcoholic beverage in any room while a raffle or bingo game is being conducted in that room under Part 2 of Article 37 of Chapter 14 of the General Statutes.
In that room.
Yeah. So you can show up drunk, allegedly.
Allegedly,
Possibly.
they can't leave.
You can step out, drink more, step back in.
Yeah. I'm guessing this law was created because some fights were starting in the bingo hall.
I can't
you
argue
know.
with that. That sounds most likely.
Yeah.
When people
I'm
start
just imagining like a drunk grandma on a motor scooter with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
fighting some other grandma with swinging a walker around.
Screaming about how she got cheated.
I got treated back in '84 when the Reds took over the square or something like that. You know.
There ain't no way that bitch got bingo that many times in a row.
She's cheating.
I stripped for George Washington.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He got his wooden teeth stuck in my clavicle.
That was a statement.
No, Crocs are not fine, Larry.
Yeah, nothing fine about Crocs.
They're so comfy, though.
Wait. There's one thing that you can do with a Croc. Okay, and let me hear me out here.
Put it in
All right, we
sport
know
mode
that
and rock that
a
shit.
clog is very similar to a Croc. Yes or no?
There's
shape-wise, sure.
similarities.
They're similar, right? Well, the definition of sabotage is to throw wooden shoes into a wooden shoe into, just like a clog, into machinery in order to get off early.
Yeah, because the wooden shoes in question were named Sabot.
Indeed, so sabotage. Now
Sabotage.
now that we know that fact, we can look at it like this. We can say that A, if you throw a Croc into a piece of machinery to sabotage it, then it's okay. But if you're wearing them on their feet, or on anyone's feet for that matter, it's just
Yeah, you don't have to be wearing it on your feet. You just have to be wearing them on someone else's feet.
That's the safest thing to do. It's just wear them on someone else's feet.
All right, well, I'll continue to wear them because they're comfy.
Fucking parasite.
Degeneracy.
I'm kidding.
And I thought I could respect you.
Nah, I got moccasins like an adult.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, there, Chief Running Mouth.
I have sandals as my house shoes because I need the extra support.
You leading a war party anytime soon? You
Oh,
need to
they're-
be stealthy,
they're
make sure,
lined-
you know, the
They're
red
lined
coats don't
with
find you.
they're lined with like some nice lamb wool. It's super soft. They're great.
They got fringes.
I got a pair of Uggs.
No fringes. But they do have
Dead
rubber
to me,
soles,
Scup.
so I can take them outside if I need to.
I'm sorry, sir. They're not really Uggs, they're bear paws, but they look the same. So I think it'd be okay. But I guess I was wrong. I was so wrong.
You were so wrong.
Yeah, Larry, you're right. Never wear socks with sandals.
I would say the only place I could see Crocs being acceptable would be in the medical field for like nurses, but they can't wear open-toed shoes basically, and Crocs count as open-toed shoes. But the comfort and ease of cleaning would make perfect sense in that situation, and I would let that slide.
Oh, I would also accept Crocs, if you're hiking through an area with like streams and stuff.
Nope.
I'll go for my what the hell, my Tevas for that.
No drunk bingo for you. Keep your Crocs away from real life.
Yeah. All right. Here. Okay.
In North Dakota,
Hold
you
on.
can't
Hold
shoot
on.
fire.
Hold on. I'm
Huh?
trying to find exceptions for Crocs.
No,
We've
we will
moved
not have
on.
exceptions for Crocs.
I just
the
have
hill
one.
where
I
she
just
wants
have
to
one
bake.
more. I just have one more. You're out camping on a hunting or fishing
No.
trip.
No,
Let me finish.
I don't want to because I know your reasoning is not going to hold up.
You're out camping on a hunting or fishing trip. You're not wearing them throughout the day, but you wear them at night because
No.
they have thicker. Okay.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to say objection to that one, and I'm not taking Jabel's side because I have my own side here. Who here works for a living and has taken off their boots at the end of the day and knows what their feet smell like after they come out of boots?
I have.
Right. I have.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jabel's has. Now,
Yeah.
and sir, I don't know enough about you to say if you have or you haven't. I'm just simply making. a
My
point.
feet sweat like a motherfucker.
Yeah, mine too. So like, if you come out of your camping hunting trip with your big old heavy wool Gore-Tex or whatever boots on, and you want to let your feet de-stinkify for like fucking a half an hour before you get into your sleeping bag in your tent, so your sleeping bag doesn't smell like fucking your middle toe fucked a tree leaf, then do it.
No, that's what flip-flops are for.
Yeah, but you know what? You can still
But
wear
Crocs are
socks.
more secure.
You can
So
still
in
wear
case something
socks with
happens,
Crocs.
you can actually run in them.
Get a pair of sandals.
Exactly. And you can still wear socks, so you can air out your socks at the same time before bringing them into the tent to stink everything up. Camping makes sense with Crocs. It does.
No. Nope.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Too bad we're going camping. I'm bringing my Crocs.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw him in the fire.
You'll never come back from that trip, James.
Oh no, he'll come back from the trip. His Crocs won't.
You know what? That's a risk I'm willing to take. Cut to a scene where I show up with like 15 pairs of Crocs.
What? Get them. All I'm imagining now is that sequence in SpongeBob where he's showing Patrick all the piles of fucking diapers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's just Crocs.
Yeah, it's just Crocs everywhere.
You're spoken of again. So camping one time. Can I segue into a story, or should we go back to our main bit here of the news and strange laws?
Well, mostly strange laws, but
I don't want to sidetrack us.
If you can make it quick, because
I don't know if I can. Let's just keep going.
I was going to say the laws.
Yeah, we've got
they do
15
take
minutes.
Up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, in North Dakota, you can't shoot fireworks after 11 p.m.
That's a reasonable law. That's
a
correct.
reasonable law.
In Devil's Lake, North Dakota, fireworks are banned after 11 p.m. as it is a violation of disturbing the peace. However, you're safe to fire as early as 8 a.m.
all right, I'm throwing a strike on that one. That's an obvious, makes sense law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a totally reasonable law.
I wish they did that with leaf blowers where I live.
The sun's already down. The sun's already been down for a few hours at that point. You could get some good fireworks off. If it was like 9 p.m., then I'd have a problem with it. But 11.
Also, I would say there better be an exception for the 4th of July.
Yeah, America.
There isn't, as far as I know.
I'm sure it isn't applied on the 4th, though. I'm sure everyone's lighting off fucking fireworks.
Yeah, you
gotta
can't,
go
you
arrest
can't catch
everyone.
everyone. It's one of those
Yeah.
situations, probably.
Yeah.
Unless you live.
That's one of those things where it's like you just
the entire population of the town shows up in the front of the police station 4th of July with fireworks. Let's go ahead.
Yeah,
Put us all in.
No, they show up with fireworks, and then the cops come out with fireworks, and they just have a big old party.
it's like, I hope you guys brought the grills.
Okay, so there is not an exception for the 4th of July.
I'm sure that they just pull a citywide permit every year.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's one of those situations you can't catch everyone. So.
You can't catch everyone. Why would you try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. People are gonna be super drunk and passing out by like midnight, anyways.
Yeah, just get the ones that are especially dangerous, such as the mortars that are going off 30, 40 feet up in residential or something like that. Don't worry about
They
all
probably
of them.
go out at like 2
It's like-
a.m. to catch
Yeah,
people
like-
when there's just like a
Yeah.
few people that are still up and doing
Like-
coke.
Yeah.
Also, that's the thing too. Is like,
Mm.
unless you have an elevated position, don't use fucking mortars in residential. You fucking idiot.
I did it once.
Even if you
Oh!
have an elevated position, it's not a good
Send some
idea.
fireworks. We're pretty sure that's an Iraqi Scud missile from the first Gulf War.
All right, so we're 34 laws in, and there are 9 strikes against good housekeeping right here.
Well, get your pitching arm ready, Rimshee, because it's time for another one.
Oh boy.
In Ohio, it's illegal to sell dyed chickens. Rainbow
Actually-
rabbits and chickens are banned from all displays in Akron, Ohio due to animal cruelty violations.
Actually, I get that one. That kind of
Yeah,
fits.
don't die animals. They don't know what's going on.
It's a weird law, but it makes sense. I still think it fits on this list. I'm not sure this one deserves a strike.
Yeah, keep your mental illness to your own hair.
No, as I said, I think this one is absolutely common sense because because most often it's like, oh yeah, we'll take like little baby chickens that have like just recently
I'm
hatched
agreeing with the law. I'm just saying, yeah.
and roll them around and die.
Yeah. No one here's arguing with the law. It's just one of those, I can see it being, oh, it's specific to Akron, Ohio. It's not even all of Ohio. It's Akron, Ohio.
I bet you there's a lot of cat ladies in Akron, Ohio.
Mm.
Just think about it, like it snows a lot. They like to stay inside with their cats. It's fucking disturbing.
I mean, I'm just saying, even me, who has
like I am.
even me, who I will admit has a disturbing fascination with watching baby chickens die. Don't
Yeah, like-
die the chickens.
You might want to seek help, man.
I like watching them get eaten. I can't explain it.
That's
Sociopath might be part of what makes you like that, but it's okay. I know I am one, so.
Like, if you're feeding another
Yeah.
animal, it's just
I'm
a
a-
cycle of nature.
I'm against this law because freedom.
Mm.
Fuck yeah.
But like it makes sense. All right. Here's my theory for why this is a law now. They were dying chickens and rabbits,
Mm.
and it enticed children to bug the shit out of their parents to get them. And then
Oh, fuck
Well, that's-
you.
that's
when
the
the
entire
dye started
reason.
to wear off, the kids weren't as interested anymore. And then
then,
That's it, though. That's the entire reason why they dye them is to try and sell them.
yeah.
that makes way too much sense.
There's a guy
Y2K, I know which
working-
video you're talking about, and it was weird. Didn't
It's a
expect
pretty
it.
common practice in East Asian countries.
Mhm.
Southeast Asian.
To dye chickens?
Yeah, to dye chicks and sell them as gifts.
We're still talking about baby chickens, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
No.
I mean, it is Southeast Asia. That's an honest fucking question, so.
It is. Anyway, in Oklahoma, tripping a
Mm.
horse is outlawed.
I bet.
It is
Yeah,
prohibited to promote, engage in, or be employed at a horse tripping event in Oklahoma after it was ruled unlawful due to animal cruelty.
Oh my
What the
god.
hell is what the hell is
Horse-
horse tripping?
Now I'm just thinking about a man trying to
You
do
throw
judo
you
against
throw a
horse.
lasso out just to catch a hoof and trip it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, well,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
cool, right? I thought
This
you
law
actually had
also
like.
includes bear wrestling.
I thought you actually had like to trip the horse.
That's the
itself.
more interesting one.
What the hell?
Yeah, but there was already a bear wrestling one, so
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
they focused
That was
on the
Missouri.
horse tripping.
If I want to wrestle a bear, that's my option.
Mm,
not in Missouri.
Yeah.
It ain't.
California. you
I'm
do it.
not gonna question your desire to wrestle a bear, Skupp. I know you're married, but at the same time.
Mm.
Wah wah.
But wait, wouldn't Scott be the bear getting wrestled in that scenario?
Nah,
Hey, he could be a bear wanting to wrestle a bear.
Yeah, I wrestle bears because I am one.
Yeah, and then
Actually, I don't.
well,
really
you
wrestle
could
bears,
still
I
wrestle a bear.
I wrestle
You
a
know,
gay bear,
it's-
just one.
Just get your chest hair stuck to another bear like Velcro.
Oh hell yeah, super glue.
Ooh.
And then you have the time. Well, you know what you do is you take one of those CPR machines and you put one in your gut and then another one in your chest, and then you hit the trigger button and it rips both your chest hairs out at the same time. It's so much easier and more convenient than waxing. I'll tell you.
Pretty sure Mr. Miyagi didn't mean wax on, wax off like that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't mean whack off.
Yeah, Daniel-san, no do that. It's karate time now.
Someone be
That's your own time.
Someone be sure to inform Jeff of this.
Oh.
In Oregon, it's illegal to go hunting in a cemetery.
Does that
God
include
damn
ghost
it.
hunting?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Apparently, this became illegal in the Beaver State after a hunter was charged with harvesting an animal on cemetery grounds.
Ooh, yeah, that's like imagine the family going to see grandma. Oh, we all miss.
There's a guy
grandma.
gutting a deer right
Step
there.
across, like there's just like viscera everywhere, all over grandma's.
Well, okay, but here's the other thing. In the Pacific Northwest, a lot of cemeteries are surrounded by woods where you can't hunt. So it's kind of
and
bullshit.
maybe they
at the same
tied
time.
it up on a big headstone or something because it's easy. It's hard to
They created a fucking satanic sacrifice ritual looking
Yeah,
thing and kept. They just took the body off ground. So there's a big old pentagram on the floor, and there's organs
Candles
everywhere, and
candles.
Yeah.
All right, so I
Still
did some
burning.
real-time digging. Hunt means to take or attempt to take any wildlife by means involving the use of a weapon or with the assistance of any mammal or bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow
Also,
the ground.
Y2K, nice comment. So when the zombies rise, they'll have to wait until the walkers get past the gate.
that's not hunting. That's self-defense.
Yeah.
That's not
Oh
even-
wait,
well,
no,
well,
actually, some of
Oh, my
in Portland that'd be considered murder.
Yeah, in some places that'd be considered murder. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They're already dead. You just killed him again.
He was just a heroin addict.
Oh, not a zombie.
Again,
was-
Portland.
I mean, I don't know. Have they started injecting crocodile? Portland?
I'm
That
sure
would be
Crocodile's
good.
there.
You know what? I think
I'm sure it was.
AKA
Portland's a
kitchen
nasty
sink
place
heroin.
sometimes, but I don't think that they're injecting crocodile there. And if they
Crocodile
were,
hasn't been a
they'd
thing
call
for
it
like 10
desert
years.
working.
course not, because all the people who were fucking doing it died.
Oh, well, no, they're still doing it in Russia. Because you can just make it out of, like, Drano and shit.
Shit, we still have 13 states left, and it's almost the end.
Alright.
So, in Pennsylvania, you're breaking the law if you pay a psychic.
Oh, fuck off, I do.
Apparently, it's illegal in Pennsylvania to engage in things like fortune telling, tarot card reading, or the like for monetary compensation. You'll have to go somewhere else if you want to get your palms read.
Yeah, good.
No.
I approve
Nah,
of that.
fool with his money are easily parted. Fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
also,
gonna be an
we
idiot.
had a law earlier in this list that said that you weren't allowed to do this stuff unless you had a license.
I'm fine with licensing people.
To some extent. To some
Well,
extent.
you gotta keep an eye on those people to make sure if they're like scamming too hard, you know. Like if you're charging like $1,000 for a single reading.
Well,
Yeah,
that
but
depends on
cost
where
on
you
that.
are. If you're in Southern California, in LA, and you got these hokey people like fucking Gwyneth Paltrow paying you thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to read their vag line, fuck, you're just making money. Who cares?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I gotta respect the hustle at that point.
Yeah,
Oh,
at that point.
That's a good hustle.
Yeah, that.
What are you
that's
confused
okay.
about,
But how
Bar?
many? Okay, so in
A
Pennsylvania,
lot of
how
things,
many?
Rimshee. I don't know where to
There's
start.
probably still a ton of fortune tellers in Pennsylvania, but
Yeah.
it's through recommended donation.
They're like Craigslist shit.
Or here's your reading. I thank you for your gift.
Yeah, yeah, recommended donations. Yeah.
So, I'll read your palm for a pot roast.
And it does specify monetary compensation.
Yeah. So bartering
Bitcoin
is perfectly
is-
fine.
Bitcoin isn't monetary, nor is gold.
Are
Ordering.
you serious? I can't sacrifice. a
I'll
turtle
get
to
you
have
a
an apple?
graveyard deer for palm reading.
All right. In Rhode Island, it's illegal to race a horse on a highway. This old law from the Ocean State prohibits racing or testing the speed of a horse over a public highway. Failure to comply will result in a $20 fine or imprisonment for 10 days or less.
This is definitely an old law back when $20 was fucking worth something.
Yeah.
Oh, $20.
Yeah, so here's the actual
Back when
word.
the old joke, back when the joke $20 is $20 would have been a penny's a penny.
All right, so here's what the law says. Every person who shall drive a horse over any of the public highways for the purpose of racing or trying the speed of the horse shall be fined not more than $20 or imprisoned not exceeding 10 days.
Yeah, like, where the fuck are these Fast and Furious prequels happening?
Yeah, this is like 1901.
Fast and Furious, 1778.
Yeah. Remember, Nathaniel, the important thing is family.
Yeah, earlier in this list, the weird law for my state was also related to horse racing.
Yeah.
So we're seeing some recurring things here. In South Carolina, you can't play pinball if you're a minor.
Oh
You
my
don't like-
god.
They don't like pinball wizards there.
Minors under 18 years old aren't allowed to play a pinball machine in South Carolina. And if temptation gets the best of you, you'll be handed a status offense violation.
You know what this bullshit is? Because there was a whole thing about, oh, pinball is gambling. It's gonna corrupt the youth. Let me pretend I'm doing
Pinball is
something."
the devil's game. What's up, hon?
Yeah.
The movie about pinball kind of covers this, and it's a funny movie. So I'm not
What,
surprised.
Tommy?
A lot of states took the cue from New York and decided their big mortal win over organized crime was going to be banning pinball. Yeah, and pretending they did something about it. I
You
mean,
don't even get tickets from pinball. I don't see how that's gambling.
Yeah, there's no reward to a
we're
pinball
talking
machine
about-
other than a high score.
We're talking about people who were into some sort of prohibition. It doesn't make
Makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
you
think
know
that
this.
I think
Tables.
ending prohibitions is the number one thing Rimshee and I agree on. Like, the
I
most.
think everyone here
Yeah,
agrees with that.
Prohibition doesn't fucking work. It
Work.
never has.
All you
Not
do
in the
is make a
U.S.
bunch of
especially.
all you do is make a bunch of criminals wealthy.
Yeah.
And then they kill each other because they want to keep being rich.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
tried.
you turn
alcohol
citizens into
prohibition.
criminals, and you turn criminals into barons.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said we tried alcohol prohibition. It was the first time in the entire history of the country that we had an amendment to remove a previous amendment. Because
I
that
will
was a
say
mistake.
this though. I will say this though. At least the prohibitionists went about it the right way. I can disagree with what they did and what they were in favor of, but at least they made it a constitutional amendment. And then
Yeah,
they
they
had
got
the
an
balls
act
to
of
say,
Congress.
yeah, it didn't work. We're backing off.
All they did was
Well-
contribute to an ice cream addiction in America.
Some of them did. Some of the hardcore temperance people were fucking
Never.
furious
You
about
know-
the 21st Amendment.
One thing I
Which,
think
how
about
funny
quite a
is
bit-
that it's the 21st Amendment?
So there was a period of time in like the 60s or 70s
Mm.
where like legal drinking age was 18.
18, yeah.
Yeah. And then it got raised to 21 for a few years, and then it got reduced back down to 18.
Mm.
Can you imagine how pissed you would be if you turned 18 the year that you
Oh.
the year that
okay.
they
And then the
raised it,
year you
and
turned
then they
21, it
dropped
went back down.
after you were 21?
Oh,
Like,
you
what the
have a
fuck?
shit fit. You would have a shit fit.
Yeah, and then they raised
Yeah.
it again.
Like,
It'd be like
come
all-
on.
It would be like all the people that were coming into my gas station bitching about not being able to buy cigarettes anymore because they were 19 and they raised the age to 21.
Oh yeah. No, I had
It's
a
so much worse.
yeah, I had a friend. She was so stoked that she was 18 and could just buy cigarettes now. And then she went to Alaska for college, and the legal smoking age in Alaska at the time was 19.
It's like,
It's- she moved out there. She didn't know about that. She went to go buy a pack of smokes, and they're like, "Nah, I can't sell you that." What? I'm 18. I'm like, nah, it's 19 here. Fuck.
And I can't go to the next state over because that's through another country.
Yeah.
I
So-
hope the Russians invade.
in South Dakota, it's illegal to sleep in the cheese factory.
I mean,
Apparently, though, if the cheese is packaged, you're in the clear to work around the clock.
Yeah, people were falling
What?
asleep. Nah, people were being overworked and falling asleep with the large machinery. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
So they outlawed sleeping in the factory
Yeah.
instead of outlawing overworking them. Got it.
Yeah. It was that.
The Industrial
time period in
Revolution
the
was a
country.
wild time.
Yeah, if you think today's modern day corporate power is absurd, you don't want to know what it was like back in the robber baron era.
Yeah.
Ninja
Yeah.
Howman stole my Cadillac.
Yep, those were not the good old days.
the children would like not to crawl into the deep places where they get stuck and die. Call the Pinkertons.
Accidentally got Magic the Gathering cards? Call the Pinkertons.
Oh, the Pinkertons.
I still cannot.
Little
believe that
sister
shit.
brought home a new girlfriend. Call the Pinkertons.
Yeah. assuming that this. I think even
Buy
old
magic
school
cards before they're officially released. Call them.
I just said that!
Oh, sorry.
Classmate
And
looks
he
at you
didn't even
weird.
buy them, he
Call
got
the
them delivered
Pinkertons.
by mistake.
My wife is pregnant. You're scaring her. You think this is my first time?
I don't want to know
Joke's
what
on
that
you. I
means.
get off to this.
It didn't
become
even
a
pay
rake.
me. I came here on my day off.
Just become a rake.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
In Tennessee, it's illegal to share your Netflix password.
Isn't
Not that
everywhere
that matters anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of
this is out
irrelevant
of date
now. But passed in 2011, this law is directed at hackers who sell login credentials in bulk. However, other individuals, your friends, who share passwords and don't live under the same roof are also included.
Not that, it, like I said, this is a 2020 article, so it's not like it matters anymore. But
Yeah.
come here, Bubba. Come here.
Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta duck out.
Take care, man.
Have a
Grocery
good one.
shopping. Sorry for disturbing you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Nah, man. It's always a pleasure to have you around.
All
Yeah,
right,
stop
Skupper.
apologizing for shit.
Very well. Scupper out.
Take care, Scubber.
The password, put it in memory, and pass it on to
Alright,
wherever
maybe
you're
we can get
actually
these
trying to
last
log
few
into.
knocked out quickly.
God damn it, Tom Scott.
That's what the Pinkertons said.
In Texas, you can't sell a human eye. Other human organs and tissues are included in this law too, like the kidney, liver, heart, lung, pancreas, bone, or any other organ that doesn't include hair or bone.
Blood.
Hair or
Blood.
blood. That's what I meant to say.
What?
You know, I think the question is why aren't there more laws in other states about, not harvesting and selling organs?
Well,
I feel like
think
this
to
is a
remove-
strike.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a
what,
strike.
What I think this law is about is people that need a transplant offering to buy it off somebody else instead of waiting on the transplant list. Bullshit law.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm in agreement there.
Especially when it comes to
Strike
like, kidneys
10!
or livers. Like, you don't
Right
need your
there.
whole liver to live.
Yeah, you-
And you only need
but the
one
problem
kidney.
is, everything you know is a bunch of Laotian gangsters making that decision for you.
Shit, man, we're at a 20% strike rate on this Good Housekeeping article. What the fuck, Good Housekeeping?
Moving swiftly along. In Utah, biting is banned in boxing.
You hear that, Mike Tyson?
Wow.
Wait, where did that fight take place?
Oh God, don't tell me. Oh, that would be too fucking funny.
Apparently, it's unknown where the origin of this one comes from, but
I mean, we can have some educated guesses.
Where did Mike Tyson bite off the ear?
Oh, this also includes all organized fighting. It's not just boxing.
Yes, kid. Including horse.
Oh,
stripping.
that was in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Utah saw that and was like,
Fuck
let's
that!
make a law against that.
Fuck that
Just
shit.
to-
We're not having that happen here.
can't have people eating ears.
Well,
I
why?
get that one. This one I get. I don't think it's strike worthy, but it's kind of close because it's one of those common sense laws.
It's like
Yeah,
you're not just losing the match. You're also going to jail.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
let's reduce any incentive to bite during some sort of combat sport match. Yeah.
Here's one that's kind of strange. In Vermont, it's illegal for women to wear fake teeth without their husband's approval.
What?
Take those
That-
teeth out. Give me a blowy.
In
God.
Vermont, it's technically mandatory for women to get written permission from their husbands if they want to opt for false teeth.
Jesus Christ! Written permission?
All right, whoever the lawmakers were really liked gummies.
I knocked your teeth out for a reason, Esther.
So, hey, bros, please, can I have this? Martha, we've talked about this. This one is bullshit. In Virginia, you can't go trick-or-treating if you're over 14 years old.
Yeah.
That's specific to Chesapeake, too.
In Chesapeake City, children over the age of 14 are banned from trick-or-treating due to mass complaints of older teens wreaking havoc on Halloween. The same ordinance also prohibits trick-or-treating after 8 p.m.
Okay.
This is a bullshit one.
Yeah, a couple of things. If you're trick-or-treating as a teenager, you're not wreaking havoc. You're getting candy.
Yeah. You should
Unless
want
you're not getting
your...
candy and that's why you're wreaking havoc.
That's the thing. It's like, you should want teens that are wandering around on Halloween night to be trick-or-treating, because at least you know where they're going.
And where they are, and what they're doing.
Yeah, also,
doing it,
prohibiting trick-or-treating after 8 p.m. Nah, you gotta have that open till 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover.
At least.
Yeah.
The way I do mine is, like, I keep going until I don't see anyone else coming down either side of the street, and then I close shop.
You can knock on my door until midnight. That's my stance.
And
Same.
finally, we have got into Jable's state.
Ooh.
In Washington, it's illegal to attach a vending machine to a utility pole.
Yeah, that sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Strange as it sounds, it's unlawful in the Evergreen State to commit this act without permission of the utility involved. The logic is that it's a hazard to the lives of electrical workers.
Okay, I kinda can understand that, but that's still really fucking weird.
I'll give you better logic. People were attaching them to utility poles to steal electricity.
Hmm.
No, the problem.
How would you do that, though? Because, no, as the local electrician, that does not follow.
No, now I'm imagining them attaching the utility, the vending machine to the top of the pole.
It still doesn't follow, and that's funnier, though. Like, because they'd have to include a fucking transformer in order to get the voltage to a state where it can be... It's safe to power the goddamn vending machine, and it'd be, in all honesty, it'd just be cheaper to pay for the fucking electricity.
I think what Jables is implying here, Rimshee, is that that's what they were attempting to do. Doesn't necessarily mean they were successful.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah, because it's a hazard to the lives of electrical workers. Electrical workers were the ones trying to hook it up, and they kept dying.
Maybe.
That's...
They were trying to be like Japan and have those panty vending machines.
Did you have to bring them? All right, we just got a couple more states.
There have been times where I've been like, I could use a vending machine with underwear in it. I need to change mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that actually could make it. That could actually. Fuck.
It's like, I need a pair of Fruit of the Loom real quick, and I don't want to walk into the Walmart.
I have overused my underwear in the last 5 minutes.
I mean, if you manage to put them near to wherever the fuck there is a porta potty, that's good.
Yeah,
that's marketing.
Yeah, I like the idea of being able to buy a single pair of underwear that's not $15.
Yeah, especially
It
if it's like,
doesn't
I
even
just
have to
need
be-
this. It's like, I just need this right now.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be the best underwear. It just has to be good enough that it's not going to chafe
For anyone
you
over
watching,
the next 24 hours.
this
Have you seen
this
that
stream counts as
survivalist
copyright.
underwear? Where it's compressed into like a tablet and you add water and then
Jesus.
it unfolds.
Okay, so this one, again, I don't have any issues with.
Yeah.
In West Virginia, hats are banned in theaters.
Yes.
As one old law bans the wearing of hats in theaters and performances based on the fact that they obstruct other people's views.
I'm down for it.
Absolutely.
I mean, not wrong.
Fucking fine. There is
Given the
nothing
era
wrong
that
with
this,
that.
given the era this was probably introduced, that makes perfect sense because you're talking the Tribbley or the bowler or something like that actually sticks
even
out.
that.
With a ball cap,
The
ball
girl
cap or a
like that.
beanie, it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, I'm not gonna argue against this one.
Some lady going into the theater with one of those wide hats.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Good.
oh
Good
yeah, I
fucking luck.
forgot. I haven't been to church in like 20 years, so I forgot about those old ladies that have the giant fucking hats.
Yeah, you wouldn't see shit.
The ones that if you were
Shout
to
out
sit
Miss Mary.
behind them, it would block out the entire. I guess it's called an altar, but I was about to call it a stage.
I mean,
It's a stage.
yeah.
I'm working on a bit right now that because a lot of the churches I went to, the preachers always told jokes and stuff, and I was like, oh, I've been thinking lately, oh, you just wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I get it.
Oh
But
my
you're super
god.
religious, and this was easier.
Yep. All right, 2 more to go.
I mean, if you think about it, Jesus was kind of a stand-up comedian.
Jesus was funny. I've read the book.
I mean, he worked some really tough rooms.
Yeah.
No.
He even got a couple one-liners in when he was on the cross. Congrats.
I mean, he got heckled. Only one with cry.
Who doesn't get
Yeah.
heckled?
He's like, I'm fucking dying here.
I'm fucking dying up here.
I can't get a single laugh.
Is this thing on?
In Wisconsin, butter substitutes are banned without permission.
I mean,
mean-
that one's weird, but it's also Wisconsin, so I kind of get it. They try and pride themselves
okay.
on their dairy
Here's
products.
here's the reason. A public eating establishment may not serve margarine as a substitute for butter unless requested by the customer in fear of sudden allergic reactions.
That makes sense.
That's probably the justification. The real reason is it's Wisconsin. They don't
Well,
want you
she's
fucking with their
big, eh?
dairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not that they're allergic to butter substitutions. It's that they're allergic to bullshit. Give me the real stuff.
And we come to our final state. An empty, flat expanse that barely anybody lives in. In Wyoming, buildings that cost $100,000 or more must display pricey art.
What?
New
That's
buildings
cool.
that cost such a pretty penny to build must have at least 1% of funds allocated to art for the building. This law was enacted thanks to NASAA's mission to strengthen state art agencies.
Somebody had a niece that went to art school.
Yeah,
They're just trying to culture the people that live in a barren landscape.
So how much does the average house in Wyoming even cost? I don't know that a house
$5.
I
think
don't know
this
of a
has to-
house.
I think this has to do with the very few cities in Wyoming.
Yeah, it seems like it's talking more about like corporate buildings and stuff.
Also, it's like, it almost sounds like a racket. It's like,
Yeah.
specifically to strengthen state art agencies. It's just like,
Yeah, I keep telling you. Buddy, I'm the professional artist here. I can smell a fucking
Yeah.
art hustle when I hear one.
yeah, this reeks of bullshit to me. It's just like, we need to strengthen these agencies. So if you build a building over this price point, you need to include some art at the about.
Wyoming.
Make sure it's expensive.
Average house cost is like $279,000.
So
Damn.
the average cost is above that limit.
Yeah, it's probably an old law.
Well, I guarantee you it's an old law. I don't know that there's probably a single house in the country that isn't a trailer or a mobile home that is less than 100,000 these
Or a
days.
tiny home.
Maybe a tiny home. Maybe.
Yeah, the art industry is a fucking scam. Also, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Art galleries are definitely a scam. They're just legitimate money laundering.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
that's-
tax evasion.
Even now,
All right,
like,
so we ended up
investors
with
will
10.
be like, yeah, buy some paintings, asshole.
So we ended up with 10 strikes against Good Housekeeping and their fucking crazy laws article. Listicle. Whatever.
A full
So,
20%. That's pretty egregious there, guys.
fuck you, Good Housekeeping.
Yep.
See, here at the Lesser Saints Discord, we bring you the real news. And we bring you the real conversations. And we tell you what's bullshit and what's not.
Hard-hitting investigative journalism.
Yeah.
I like Larry's comment. Can you make your own white monochrome painting and sell it for 100K?
Yes, if you have a rich friend that'll buy it for 100K, then they can sell it for 150K.
What you do is you
and then
get
they
your
can sell it
dad
for 200K.
What you get is your dad to be elected to high office, and then all of a sudden Chinese people love your painting.
Yeah.
For
The
no
art
reason
world's
at all.
ridiculously- Yeah. Larry, I don't know if you know, the art world is ridiculously corrupt. Look up the
Yes.
whole scandal behind, like, True Black.
Yep.
Yeah. And with that, I hope
We've been
everybody
your
has a good
Lesser
night.
Saints of
Thank you for
Discord.
watching. Thanks, Larry and Y2K, for the subs. And we hope to see you next week. We
Yeah.
might start streaming on Kick. We'll talk to you about it more another time. But
Later, all.
Oh, bye. Happy 4th of July, fuckers.
Happy
Yeah,
4th of
happy 4th of
July!